Well, my parents, they had stopped going to church when I was about 7 years old. And when continued going, it became very difficult to continue coming to church every week when I didn't have anyone to talk about it with at my own home. Um, so having my grandparents be like full on Christians, they were always there for me to be able to talk to them, and I always went out for lunch, almost every Sunday usually, to talk to my grandparents about what I learned and stuff we talked about. And I don't. It seems cliche, but I don't know if I'd actually still be at church if it wasn't for them and being able to talk to them, because it was really hard not to be able to talk to someone about what I was learning and how to put it into my own life.
For grandparents on my life as a Christian, my nanny, she's a religious lady and she goes to church, and she kind of started my family going to church, and she's just always been there, and she has always just shown us examples of how she's been living through her Christian life, and she's just been a great influence on me as just a person and as a grandmother.
So all the time I was growing up, my grandparents were amazing. They were always right there for me whenever I needed them. They were an hour's drive away, but it still made it a trip to go see them sometimes. And I always knew that they had that influence in the church. All of my grandparents, born again Christians, have always had that base of faith in my family. And it was always really encouraging to, when my grandparents stayed with us, to see them doing their own devotions just by themselves. And a couple years ago when my grandmother passed away, there was no doubt in any of our minds that she's now with the Lord and all that stuff. And it's just amazing. And even in their everyday lives, you could see how much they love Jesus and love to praise his name and worship him. It was just always so amazing to see how that had worked out in their lives, knowing that there may come a day when that's me. And I sit there and I have that influence on my own grandchildren. And I know that's a long ways away, but I always hope to, even if I were even able to come close to the influence they had in me, it would still be amazing for my own grandkids.